Two of the most devastating crises in India occurred during the national emergency of 1975 and the COVID breakout of 2020. During 1975, the Indra Gandhi government officially declared a nationwide emergency in India. India was witnessing a socio-economic crisis. During this time, even survival was extremely difficult and inflation increased by 15%. It meant that every single rupee was a lifesaver of a middle class family. Amidst this economic nightmare, when most businesses were shutting down, one businessman turned this economic crisis into a spectacular business opportunity. He is Mr. Sadananda Maiya and his company is Mavalli Tiffin Rooms, popularly known as MTR. So, how did he turn an economic nightmare into a business opportunity? The answer to this question is in MTR's rich history. In 1924, the Maiya family started the MTR restaurant to serve the most authentic, hygienic and tastiest South Indian food. Within a few years, the restaurant became so popular that it became a hotspot for tourists, television personalities and film stars. But during the economic crisis of 1975, every restaurant had to conform to prices set by the government and it was practically impossible to run a profitable business with those given prices. For example, the price of idli was reduced to 10 pies from 25 pies, while coffee, which was sold for 1 rupee, was reduced to 25 pies. In that situation, most of the restaurants opted for one of the three available options. Number 1, they shut their restaurant and waited for the situation to be controlled. Number 2, for cost cutting, restaurant owners fired out their employees. Number 3, they were providing very low quality food to their customers. But MTR was still providing authentic hygienic food to their customers. Because of this, they were losing 1 lakh every week. So, Sadananda Maiya converted this crisis into a business opportunity by following 3 strategies. Number 1, to reduce the cost, he moved from cooked food to packaged food. This eliminated the high cost and loss due to perishable items. They shut their MTR restaurant and shifted their restaurant to packed food like spices and roasted flour mixes. Secondly, instead of degrading the costly ingredients, they changed the ingredients altogether. For example, they moved from rice idlis to Rava idlis, which were cost effective. They started providing good quality food at a cheaper rate. And even today, Rava idli is one of MTR's signature dishes. Last and most importantly, the entire staff was trained to build an efficient supply chain to make packed food. In the corporate world, this strategy is called Reskilling. That is, they started selling ready-to-cook food mixes. Also, during COVID crisis of 2020, while most companies were clueless, MTR Foods doubled their inventory levels from 14 days to 30 days capacity. Today, MTR has emerged as one of the finest food brands in India with revenue of $136 million. It exports its products to 21 countries including USA, UK, Australia and Japan. Most importantly, MTR has successfully stood the test of time for 97 years without ever compromising its values. This brings us to the 2 most important lessons that we can learn from this case study. Number 1, money can build a company, but it takes quality and values to build a brand. Number 2, crisis happens every time. It is our choice whether to take it as an opportunity or an obstacle.